Just take those old records off the shelf. I sit and listen to them by myself. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll.
Hi. PJ Mills here after a rather long absence from making album reviews. I apologize. I got a brand new CD here that we'll be taking a look at. Switchfoot's latest project, Vice Versus, released September 27th of 2011. It seems like everyone knows and loves Switchfoot. Well, everyone loves the songs Meant to Live and Dare You to Move at least. Now that I say that, every person that's never heard of Switchfoot is gonna watch this video and be like, hey, I've never heard of Switchfoot before! Oh, cruel internet. Okay, back on track. Switchfoot is a very popular rock band whose songs center on striving to find more in life. Quite refreshing to hear when a lot of rock bands these days sing only about how much life stinks. I said a lot, not all. Calm thy raging emotions, YouTube. A lot of people view Switchfoot as a Christian band. Now, while the members have professed to be Christians and a lot of their songs have to do with Christian themes, I view them first and foremost as a rock band. Religion affects lyrical aspects. It has nothing to do whatsoever with sound. And what's the point of a genre? To identify the sound of the group. So with that in mind, what is Switchfoot's genre? Rock. Coolio, well, let's go ahead and start looking at the album. Yes! The album starts out with a really solid rock track, Afterlife. This song uses elements found in Switchfoot's biggest hit, Meant to Live. A pounding power chord progression that is accompanied by lyrics that encourage listeners to search for a deeper meaning in life.
I tasted fire, I'm ready to come alive. I can't just shut it up and fake that I'm alright. I'm ready now, I'm not waiting for the afterlife.
This is the type of song that when you're listening to it, you can't help but drum on an invisible drum set.
Oh, sweet mother of Abraham Lincoln.
While Afterlife is a very simple song, it's extremely effective and lets the listener know that Switchfoot is a rock band, and they love it. Very good album opener. The songs stay fairly rocky up until track 4, Restless, when things start to slow down. This song sounds very similar to a lot of the softer tracks off Hello Hurricane, like Your Love Is a Song or Always. Very deep lyrical material, and the fact that John Foreman is singing just makes it even more enjoyable.
Oh yeah!
It's kind of interesting how every Switchfoot album has 2 singles, one for the rock radio stations and one for the lighter Christian stations. The point of me saying this is the single that'll be played on a lot of Christian radio stations. Skipping to track 6, Selling the News, we come across a song that's very unique and almost seems like it's reaching back to Switchfoot's earlier sound off The Legend of Chin, released back in '97.
All is for sale. A powerful dog who's been chasing his tail. The lowest common denominator prevails. We're selling the news. I wanna believe you. I wanna believe that everything is in between. The fact is fiction. The fact is fiction. I wanna believe you. I wanna believe that everything is in between. The fact is fiction. Suspicion is a new religion.
Very unique sound and great lyrics. The following track, Thrive, is a perfect example of one of the biggest reasons why I love Switchfoot, and that is little profound nuggets of intense wisdom, or lymphio.
Oh, what? Oh, dude, sweet. Oh, dude, what in the world?
There are so many moments in this song that are just really deep and profound, and it really shows how good of a lyrical artist John Foreman is. Next we come to track 8, Dark Horses, the first single off the album. An incredibly solid track that I honestly think has the most universal appeal. Great guitar riff, great subject matter, great vocals, and incredibly catchy chorus. Of all the songs off this album, this is the one that everyone will be singing. Now I'm gonna skip ahead to track 11, Vice Verses. This song is 100% John Foreman, and it's pretty personal.
Resurrection every time I fall. You got your babies, I got my hearses. Every blessing comes with the sad curses. I got my vices, got my vice verses. I got my vice verses.
We get to see the world through the eyes of Foreman, and it is quite beautiful and very profound. If I were stranded on a deserted island with nothing but the clothes on my back and a finely tuned guitar, and John Foreman just happened to appear, I would have him play 4 songs: Sing It Out, Dare You to Move, On Fire, and this song, Vice Verses. It'd be cool if he played 24 too. Oh, that really old song You would be cool to hear too. Oh, for crying out loud, I forgot all about his solo stuff. You know what? Just forget everything I said. I would have him play every song he's ever written. Something tells me we'd have plenty of free time. So if you enjoy John Foreman, especially his solo stuff, check this song out, because it's all him. The album closes with an emotional explosion, Where I Belong. This is basically the equivalent of Sing It Out off of Hello Hurricane. 100% pure Switchfoot emotion, and it's incredibly effective at closing the album. Awesome sauce. Now to examine the album as a whole. Whoosh. After listening to it all the way through once, I thought it was okay but wasn't blown away. Good songs, but nothing outstanding. After my second listen, I started to enjoy the album significantly more, and after a third and even a fourth listen, Vice Verses really started to stand out in my mind. I say this for the sole purpose of stressing the importance of not basing your opinion of this album off one listen. Give it at least 2, preferably 3 solid listens. Now, how does this album stand up to Switchfoot's other albums? As a whole, Vice Verses sounds most similar to their previous album, Hello Hurricane. However, Vice Verses is much rockier. While there are some moments on Vice Verses that reach into Switchfoot's past sounds, they stay pretty loyal to their more recent efforts. Does it work? I say yes. Regardless of what people say about Vice Verses and Hello Hurricane, these 2 albums are the real Switchfoot. Now don't get me wrong, their earlier stuff is awesome too. The Beautiful Letdown, great CD. What I'm saying is, if you want to hear 100% pure Switchfoot, the 2 newest albums are the way to go. If you enjoyed Hello Hurricane, buy this album for sure. My personal favorite song off Vice Verses is Dark Horses, but that's everyone's favorite, so I'm gonna go ahead and recommend track 6, Selling the News. It's really unique for Switchfoot and cool. It's a cool song. Check it out. Whoa, snap, what? Oops, sorry about that. I actually had a really hard time finding a song I really didn't like off the album. I mean, there's not really a bad song in my opinion, but probably the weakest is track 2, the original. It's not really that memorable and kind of unoriginal for Switchfoot. I know, ironic, right, considering the title of the song. Oh, was that really necessary? Well, that was Vice Verses in all its glory. Very strong album that stays true to those who loved Hello Hurricane. I give it an 8 out of 10. And for those of you who only enjoy The Beautiful Letdown, just go listen to it again, it's awesome. Hey, hey, look, it's John Foreman's face. There it is again. There it is a third time. John Foreman's face is all over the place. That doesn't sound good at all.